Well, I'm sad that all your guesses were wrong, but I'm happy to be here. How's it going Monday night, y'all? Anyway, welcome to Geeks Who Drink on Twitch, brought to you by Light Gates' new film, Ballerina. Yeah, how y'all living? What y'all drinking? I am drinking a Red Bull because I went too hard at dodgeball last night. But yeah, I'm just chilling. You know, it's starting to get warm here in my city, so you know, trying to stay cool. Hey, heck yeah, a White Peach Summer Edition sugar-free Red Bull. Sponsor us, Red Bull. Yes, yes, do it. Red Bull. I drink too many Red Bulls. I drink too many Red Bulls. Too many Red Bulls. But you know how it do. We got 7 rounds of pub quiz tonight. And happy Pride, y'all. It's like the second day of Pride Month. And I will say this quiz is queer AF. So if you're ready for the pub quiz, let's put ready or quiz or just something in the chat. And we'll head into round number 1. Let's go. I always like anytime I say the words let's go now, I always try to say it like I'm Lin-Manuel Miranda. I can't. Wow. Words, Chaz. Lin-Manuel Miranda as Hamilton in the musical Hamilton. All right, folks. Round number 1 is called Screw Your Sword because every answer in this round starts with the letters P-E-N. And for number 1, it's kind of close to home. If you know, you know. Once part of the same company, Snyder of Berlin and Snyder's of Hanover are now separate snack brands based in different parts of what Keystone State? Metal Yoga Head, I love it. Yeah, I did tell myself that I would go to my local store to get a Switch 2 tomorrow. But now my question is, do I want to spend the money on a Switch 2? Part of me is like, hell yeah. Other part of me is like that meme that goes like, oh no, not that meme. That oh god, I forget that irreverent comment who was in Detroiters, and he always has that meme. He's like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Like, that's what's going on in the back of my head right now. Yeah, when does I think the only time I got a day 1 console was the Wii. Every other one I needed to wait. But I have adult money, so I can get the Switch if I wanted to. But I'm also supposed to go to a pinball thing this weekend, so we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, moving on to question number 2. The Smithsonian estimates that Alexander Fleming saved 500 million lives and counting by discovering what OG antibiotic. Like the last thing I bought with adult money, well, 2 times ago, what I bought with adult money was Kinects. Starfighter and Lego, because why not? Yeah, for the Wii, I was at Toys R Us like at midnight. I'm like, yo, give me that. Give me that. Like I thought about buying the Yoda Starfighter when they had it, and I should have just bought it because it was cool, and you know, you go like pretend like you're a kid. I mean, why can't adults daydream either? I don't know. Moving on to question number 3. Aptly enough, Marie Birdland in Antarctica is the breeding ground for Idei and emperor species of what animals? A Lego D&D castle. Oh, the Titanic. Oh man. Speaking of the Titanic, I did just finish watching that documentary about OceanGate. It's on Max, and I'm like, there's way too much like hubris and neglect going on these things. Let me see. I'm waiting for a proper Switch 2 exclusive as my PC already plays Switch 1 games at 60 FPS. Okay, emulation. I see you. See you. Don't let Nintendo know that. Anyway, moving on to question number 4 of round number 1. Bill Skarsgård says his brother Gustav coined the freaky ass smile that Bill used when playing what jolly murderer? Numerous and neglect sounds like a Hawthorne House 8 song. Adopt the control. Seeing that like $20 Logitech controller that they were using, I was like, yo, I was like, they dead ass about this right now. And then like, oh my god, there was like somebody from the Discovery Network who went on there, got into the whole thing, but it didn't go down. And then he was like, you know, my spidey senses were tingling. Like, that's me paraphrasing. And like that's why they didn't show him on Discovery. Like he was, and he had the business to be like in Washington. I was like, Washington State, that is. I'm like, bro, like it was a clown show. It was a clown show. Anyway, moving on to question number 5. A diamond trading center in India is the only office building in the world with more square footage than what military hub? I mean, I have a Logitech keyboard, Logitech mouse. I remember there was like this game controller that my friend had that looked just like an old school PS1 controller, but it was like a different color. I should not be laughing at the comment. I had a Logitech keyboard and almost died twice. It was taking me everything. Be like, is that correlative or causative? Like, anyway, moving on to question number 6. In March, a massive hockey brawl between the Capitals and the Kraken resulted in 10 players getting stuffed into what tiny holding area? Not good at gamepads or microphones. Yeah, for microphones, like once I found out about like digital audio interfaces and mixers, I was like, no more USB mics for me. No more USB mics for me. Nope. Won't do it. Can't do it. Logitech, please don't use our game. Your team brand submarine. People were paying the money of houses to get on that thing. Like, bro. Oh my god. Like that documentary was tragic, and it pissed me off. But the sad thing was, none of it felt unexpected about like what they were saying about the guy who started it. Like, and then like dude was using like a whole lot of weasel words during it too. I think at least SpaceX uses an N64 controller. If only. No, you know what else is using the N64 controller? Question number 7. Your penultimate question of round number 1. A year after her husband Javier Bardem picked one up, what actress became the second Spaniard to win an acting Oscar thanks to Vicky Cristina Barcelona? Or am I supposed to say Barcelona? I don't know. I haven't been to Barcelona before, so I guess I can't add that lisp. And everybody makes fun of it when saying Barcelona, so. What grip. I did like that the N64 controller had like different grip formations you could do, but you know, like it was doing some things. But I think that like if Nintendo didn't copyright the GameCube controller is the controller I would give to beginners if they were just starting to play games. Like that's why I was disappointed the Panda controller never came out, because I would have been like, this is the perfect game controller. Steve Irwin's kids or children have become stingray hunters. Yeah, because like some of the games, like you don't really like switch between the two of them, but you know, you can use like the C buttons as like another, you know, not control stick is, or directional pad if they do it, but that depends on the game, really. All right, moving on to question number 8. Because publisher Bob Cucini invested a bunch of money, the classic film Chinatown is technically a co-production of what top floor Dirty Magazine? I think the Konami code is oh god, up up down down left right BA start. I have a shirt that has this on it. Although I kind of want that shirt again, but I've probably gotten too big for it. So if I can find it again, I will definitely get it again. Yeah, as a card carrying old school gamer, I should know that. If I don't know that, oh my god, like what am I doing with myself? Anyway, that does it for our regular questions. The thing that we like to do is we have our bonus question. There'll be 5 of these tonight. In the film Idle Hands, a possessed hand grinds its pinky into a pointed weapon using what school supply? Your bonus question one more time. In the film Idle Hands, a possessed hand grinds its pinky into a pointed weapon using what school supply? All right, it looks like we got some correct answers coming out in the pipeline, so let's go for your answers for round number 1. All right, round number 1, it was Screw Your Sword. Question number 1. Once a part of the same company, Snyder of Berlin and Snyder of Hanover are now separate snack brands based in different parts of Pennsylvania. For question number 2, the Smithsonian estimates that Alexander Fleming saved 1 billion lives and counting by discovering penicillin. Question number 3, aptly enough, Marie Birdland in Antarctica is the breeding ground for the Adélie and emperor species of penguins. For question number 4, Bill Skarsgård says his brother Gustav coined the freaky-ass smile that Bill used when playing Pennywise. For question number 5, a diamond trading center in India is the only office building in the world with more square footage than the Pentagon. For question number 6, in March, a massive hockey brawl between the Capitals and Kraken resulted in 10 players getting stuffed into the penalty box. Question number 7, a year after her husband Javier Bardem picked up one, the actress who became the second Spaniard to win an acting Oscar thanks to Vicky Cristina Barcelona is Penelope Cruz. And question number 8, because publisher Bob Guccione invested a bunch of money, the classic film Chinatown is technically a co-production of Penthouse. Alrighty, that was for the regular questions, so let's go over your bonus one more time. In the film Idle Hands, a possessed hand grinds its pinky into a pointed weapon using what school supply? That is a pencil sharpener. Alrighty, folks, we're moving on to round number 3, and it's called the Really Real Award for Reality Realness. And it's going to be a speed round, y'all. I'm going to read you one question with multiple answers and give you 3 minutes to finish your answers and the bonus question you'll see on your screen. Alrighty, folks, question, well, the only question of this round, outside of the bonus. Since 2014, only 13 different shows have earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Reality Competition Program, and none of them were American Idol or The Bachelor. Name any 8 of those shows. One of them happens to be my summer favorite. If you know, you know. All right, that does it for the regular round. Here's your bonus. One of the shows with the most nods for outstanding unstructured reality program is Deadliest Catch. That series about catching what pinchy critters in the Bering Sea. One more time, one of the shows with the most nods for outstanding unstructured reality program is Deadliest Catch. That series about catching what pinchy critters in the Bering Sea. All right, looks like we got some answers coming through. So let's go over your answers for round number 3. So, since 2014, only 13 shows have earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Reality Competition Program, while none of them were American Idol or Bachelor. Your 13 are The Amazing Race, American Ninja Warrior, Dancing with the Stars, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, The Masked Singer, Nailed It, Project Runway, RuPaul's Drag Race, So You Think You Can Dance, Survivor, Top Chef, The Traitors, and The Voice. All right, moving on to your bonus question one more time. One of the shows with the most nods for outstanding unstructured reality program is Deadliest Catch, which is a series about catching crabs in the Bering Sea. All right, round number 4 is called Abby Birthday to You. Because in honor of her 45th birthday, it's an entire round on soccer. Great. Abby Wambach. Sorry, now I see it like I don't want to say Wambach every time I see it, so I have to. So if I say that by accident, you know. All right, it's Yegles Scooby Snacks. Anyway, moving on to question number 1. Dominating in more than one major sport. In the soccer offseason, the teenage Wambach would play power forward on her high school's what team? Oh, it's Yegles. Okay. It wasn't Yegles. I have played, you know what? The Godzilla table is one that I've been trying to get good at. I'm all like, I am for the life of me trying to complete the Geigen loop, and then starting Titanosaurus, and then starting Godzilla multi-ball. Right? No, it's Godzilla. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. It's not Godzuki. It's a thing. It's a thing. Alrighty, folks, moving on to question number 2. In 1997's top college soccer recruit, Wambach eventually opted to become a Gator when she accepted admittance into the University of where? One of our quizmasters went there. Well, at least one of our local quizmasters. There's so many quizmasters. How could you know? Like, maybe plenty of quizmasters went there, but one of the quizmasters I know personally went there. And they don't make a big deal out of it, but, you know, it's a thing. But yeah, have you seen, Jerfat, have you seen the Godzilla table that's like in black and white and in Japanese? I've seen that at a few venues here, and I did see it at a couple of venues when I was down in Portland like 2 weeks ago. It is Ken. How did you know? I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know. I don't know. That's a good question. I should check and see if they are still a Pokemon Go streamer. Oh, hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that one is based on Godzilla -1. I still need to see that. Anyway, we're going to bounce back to those questions. Let's go over question number 3 first. Wambach then went on to play for the Freedom, a now defunct team that technically played in Maryland, but was named for what city? Oh, dang. I didn't know a lot of people had a connection to Abby, and it took me when I was first reading this round tonight, I was like, is this gonna be a round on Abby from The Last of Us? And then, well, of course not. That would have been hilarious if this was a round on Abby from The Last of Us. It's like, what? Too soon, too soon. Yeah, that is. She's not a golf. Hey yo. She's not a golfer. Hey, yo, I can't right now. No. Oh my gosh. Did you say that so I could just say 4 instead of 4 because question number 4 is next? Or is that just serendipitous? Anyway, Abby finished 3rd in goal scoring at the 2011 World Cup, earning her a bronze trophy named for what item we call a cleat in the U.S. Abby Normal from Young Frankenstein. My bet was Abigail Adams. Oh, that would have been cool. I'm considering buying a virtual pinball table someday after after New Me divorces me. I mean, they do have like home versions of games now that are like relatively cheap. I don't know what relatively cheap means in pinball games, like, because some of the tables, and of course they have like different versions of each table, which one's more cost more than the other. But I forget, like, there's a really big arcade that's like 30 minutes outside of Portland called Next Level. And when I went there last year, they had a few that you could buy that were like smaller versions of it. Like I've seen one for like Attack from Mars, one for Deadpool. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Monster Bash is 10K. That game is old. I forgot that. I forget. That's not how capitalism works. Anyway, any whoozy whatsy. Moving on to question number 5. 8 years later, Wambach didn't play pro at all, so she could focus on training for the 2015 World Cup. Straight up, yes or no? Did America win that tournament? Yeah, one of my friends actually had a pinball game downloaded for his Switch, and it was interesting. Like you could nudge with the left stick, like you use the shoulder buttons to hit the flippers. You could cradle pretty well. The games felt to me like a little fast. They had an old school game on it based on Rescue 911, which was cool because they have this whole helicopter thing in there. I played like the physical version of that game at Next Level last year, so yeah. But I wonder if anybody has like ported that old pinball game from early Windows machines on new Windows machines, because it'd be fun to play that now that I'm like more into pinball and I get it. Alrighty, moving on to question number 6. A nod to her signature scoring technique, Wambach was the subject of the ESPN documentary Abby What's On. Oh, it still works on Windows 10. Oh, I gotta go see. You can hit flipper. I mean, yo, like, I mean, that I think okay for the Rescue 911 one. Yes, I do believe it's based on the same show that I saw when I was younger, but I can't confirm or deny that. It could be or it could not be. Right. Metal Yoga Head. I wasn't about to say that about dolphins, but the other day one of my friends showed me that dolphins have like 12 packs, and it was like, what? Like go up, like just look up dolphin abs, and you'll be like, "What in the world?" It's insane. As you know, we're heading on to question number 7, your penultimate question of round number 4. Competing against him in tire flipping, table tennis, and rollerblading. A few years ago, Wambach appeared in a Gatorade ad with what speedy Jamaican? Dolphin with a 12-pack trying to steal your girl over here. I'm telling you, man. I mean, like, everybody's. I've seen some things where it's like, who's going to take over the earth after humans are gone? And some people are like, dolphins. Like, who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Flipper versus Godzuki. No, I want to see Echo versus Godzuki. But it's got to be like Genesis Echo versus like 70s cartoon Godzuki. Like, that's what I need to see. Like, I forgot that platform fighter that came out that just got shut down their servers, but it would have been cool to see them in that. But alas, maybe not. Anyway, moving on to question number 8, your final question of round number 4. This Barbie's a world-class athlete. In 2016, what toy company unveiled this dead-eyed doll in Wambach's honor? Yes, so long, and thanks for the fish. There was, like, for a while when I was going to Emerald City Comic Con, there was this guy who made choose your own adventure books, and one of them was based on time travel. And in one of, like, the storylines, you would find out that dolphins did in fact replace humans on Earth years into the future, which I thought was really cool. Multiverses, that's what it is. Yes. I mean, you know, it wasn't the bonus question. You good. You good. It's question number 8. At least you didn't put down Hasbro, right? Right. Anyway, that does it for all the regular questions. So let's go into the bonus. All right, your bonus question is the following. Reasoning that she should be an expert on her name alone, an expert of a wait, don't tell me quiz to Abby Wambach. See, I did it. On what cuddly marsupials? Oh, wait, no, I did it right. Bonus question one more time. Reasoning that she should be an expert based on her name alone, an episode of Wait, Don't Tell Me quizzed Abby Wambach on what cuddly marsupials. I do love that, like, since the pandemic, Wait, Don't Tell Me now it says film in front of a live studio audience at the front of every episode now. Right, or did they always do that? And I just remember it was like filmed in a studio of no one, like all throughout the pandemic. But I digress. We got some correct answers coming through the pipeline, so let's head into your answers for the regular round. For round number 4, Abby, birthday to you. Question number 1, dominating in more than one major sport in the soccer off scene, teenage Wambach would play power forward on her high school's basketball team. Or question number 2, 1997's top college soccer recruit, Wambach eventually opted to become a Gator when she accepted admittance to the University of Florida. Or question number 3, Wambach then went to play for the Freedom, a now defunct team that technically played in Maryland, but was named for what city? That is Washington. Washington, D.C. specifically. Question number 4. Abby reached 3rd in goal scoring in the 2011 World Cup, earning her a bronze trophy named for a boot. Question number 5. 8 years later, Wambach didn't play pro at all, so she could focus on training for the 2015 World Cup. Straight up, yes or no? Did America win that tournament? Yes, they did. Question number 6. A nod to her signature scoring technique, Wambach was the subject of the ESPN documentary Abby Head On. Question number 7. Competing against him in tire flipping, table tennis, and rollerblading, a few years ago, Wambach appeared in a Gatorade ad with Usain Bolt. And question number 8. This Barbie's a world-class athlete. In 2016, the toy company that unveiled this dead-eyed doll in Wambach's honor is Mattel. All right, that does it for the regular question answers. Let's head back to the bonus. Reasoning that she should be an expert based on her name alone. An episode of Wait, Don't Tell Me quiz Abby Wambach on what cuddly marsupials. That would be wombats. The ones with the square poop, y'all. Winterstellar. You're gonna name these movies and TV shows showing off how outer space is cold.
Don't do this, Luke. Come on, give me a sign here.
Janet, you want proof? I'll give you proof. Here's proof of what'll happen to you if you stay here with your stuff. Arnold, no! Oh, guys! That does! And step on it!
You can't fit 2 people in there. You're gonna die.
You'll die in seconds!
Careful, it's dangerous to stick your head out of the stream.
There's not much air, and it's very cold.
You guys! I saw something out there!
What?
Something warpy!
Don't die! Up to the minute forecast for Weather Servo 9.
Boy, it's cold out here. Is it supposed to be this cold?
Oh, don't be afraid. You're Weather Servo 9.
Servo, just make your report and then get back in here, okay?
Well, before I get on with the weather, I've got...
No. No! What's the matter? There's a 50-50 chance you're gonna kill yourself. Those are the best odds I've had in years.
Don't do this, Luke. Come on, give me a sign here.
You want proof? I'll give you proof. Here's proof of what'll happen to you if you stay here with your stuff. Arnold, no!
You'll die in seconds!
careful. It's dangerous to stick your head out of the stream.
There's not much air, and it's very cold.
You guys, I saw something out there.
Boy, it's cold out here. Is it supposed to be this cold?
Oh, don't be afraid. You're weather servo 9.
Servo, just make your report and then get back in here, okay?
Well,
What's the matter? There's a 50-50 chance you're gonna kill yourself. Those are the best odds I've had in years.
And we're back, y'all, with your answers. Round number 5, Winterstellar. For question number 1, that was Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Number 2, that is the Magic School Bus when they visited Pluto, which isn't a planet anymore. QQ. For question number 3, that is Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 4 is Steven Universe. Question number 5 is Watchmen. Number 6 is the Cloverfield Paradox. And yes, number 5 was the free answer of the day. Number 7 is Mystery Science Theater 3000. And number 8 is Interstellar. Do dwarf planets lie on about their height to get around Tinder filters? Oh my god. Oh, I don't know. I feel like there should be a Kuiper Belt object joke in there somewhere, but one's not coming to me at the moment. But anyway, moving on to round number 6. It's a hit me round, and this one is on queer icons. For each clue, you'll get 2 questions. You can either answer the first one for 1 point or the second one for 2 points, but only put one answer down, because if you answer both, you get 0 points. I mean, I can't see your answers, so just do what you want to do. You're whole grown-ass adults. Like, alrighty, folks, moving on to question number 1. For 1 point, Barry Manilow sued what Wham frontman to get the melody of Last Christmas, over the melody of Last Christmas. And for 2 points, in the 80s, Freddie Mercury smuggled what celebrity out of Buckingham Palace and into a gay bar? If you write down both, you get 3 points in this house. Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, it's not like I'm in the bar and I'm scoring your quizzes, right? Like, if you're playing for fun, have at it. Have at it. You know what? Here on Twitch, we chaotic with the rules. I don't know. Alrighty, I'm moving on to, let me see. Yeah, I'm moving on to question number 2. For 1 point, Hairspray is the cleanest film by what mustachioed pulp of filth? And for 2 points, live from New York, It's My Nervous Diarrhea is a fake memoir by what Girls 5 Ever star and longtime SNL writer? Yeah, see, dear Fat, I feel that. What I want to know is, like, can I get a Hairspray pinball machine? Like, I want that. Could someone make that? I want to see that happen. Trying to think of what other properties. Oh my god, I want there to be a Legend of Zelda pinball machine. Like, but you could have different ones based on like different series. Like, oh, I would love to see a Wind Waker one, Ocarina of Time one, even a Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom one. Oh my god, that would be good. That would be good. Oh my god, 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 that would be good Anyway, let's move along to question number 3. For 1 point, after her dog's ears perked up at the first lyrics, Tracy Chapman knew that What Behind the Wheel song would be a hit. And for 2 points, Lesbian Jesus is the nickname for What Girls Like Girls singer. Actually, for that second one, I first found out about this singer by playing the DLC for Life is Strange True Colors. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And I didn't realize just how risque the album cover kind of is. Like, it's not really risque, but because it was blurred out in the game, when I actually like saw it when I went to Spotify, I was like, oh, okay. And that gives you a hint, right? Like, if you know, you know. Alrighty, folks, moving on to question number 4 of round number 6. For 1 point, inspiring the title of a film, Alan Turing called his namesake AI test the what game? And for 2 points, Harvey Milk owned a camera shop on what street that he soon became the mayor of? All right, moving on to question number 5 for 1 point. So, like, I saw this reel where a person's mom called these the GBDs, and part of me wanted to say the GBDs, but I said it now, but I won't say it as part of the question. The LGBTQIA plus Dorian Awards are named for the only novel by whatever quotable Irish writer. And for 2 points, what author of Giovanni's Room and If Beale Street Could Talk was a preacher in his teens? Alrighty, moving on to question number 6 for 1 point. In 1968, what soup-loving pop artist was briefly declared dead after being shot? And for 2 points, Patti Smith describes Robert Mapplethorpe as a sleeping youth cloaked in light in her best-selling memoir, Just What? Wait, what did that say? LG Boutique Squad Plus is my favorite streaming service. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if I have to go with my favorite streaming service, Dropout has to be my first, and then Nebula is probably my second. Then you can put all the other ones like third below. Like maybe Peacock is my third one because it had 2 of like the ones that were mentioned in round number 3 that I watched. Top Chef, which is almost done, and American Ninja Warrior, which is coming on tonight, or has come on tonight if you're in a later time zone. Alrighty, moving on to question number 7, your penultimate question of round number 6. For point 1, Laverne Cox's identical twin played her pre-transition character on what Netflix prison drama? And for your second point, transitioning in season 3, Elliot Page's Umbrella Academy character was known by what number? Wait a second. I've never heard of the streaming service Hiya. What? Is that real? I want to know what you can watch on Hiya. Like, or is it just supposed to be Hiya? Like, I don't know. Anyway, moving on to question number 8, your final question in round number 6 for 1 point. The British gay rights charity Stonewall was co-founded by what Gandalf portrayer? And for 2 points, the P stood for Pay It No Mind in the name of what Stonewall Uprising activist? It just plays Jackie Chan saying hiya in a loop. Oh my god. It's kung fu movies. It's $3 a month. Okay, that's legit. That's just, you know, I would have, if I had a kung fu streaming service, I would have called it Powder Fun, but that's just me. All right, if you know, you know. But yeah, it's cool that exists. Like, I love old school kung fu movies. And also, like, some of the American ones that came out in, like, the 70s and the 80s. Jackie Chan just saying hi. I can't. I can't right now. So let's boogie on bounce into it. Before he hosted Lingo and won a bunch of reality competition Emmys, what icon fronted a punk band called Wee Wee Pole? Your bonus question once again. Before he hosted Lingo and won a bunch of reality competition Emmys, what icon fronted a punk band called Wee Wee Pole? All right, looks like we got some answers coming down the pipeline. So let's head into your answers for round number 6, question number 1. For your first point, Barry Manilow sued George Michael over the melody of Last Christmas. And for 2 points, in the 80s, Freddie Mercury smuggled Princess Diana and took her to a gay bar. Now I would like to think the song "I Want to Take You to a Gay Bar" is about Freddie Mercury taking Princess Diana to a gay bar. Oh, and Barry Manilow said that the song was too close to "Can't Smile Without You." That's why he sued. More you know. Moving on to question number 2. For 1 point, Hairspray is the cleanest film by John Waters. And live from New York, It's My Nervous Diarrhea is a fake memoir by Paula Pell. For question number 3, after her dog's ears perked up at the first lyric, Tracy Chapman knew that Fast Car would be a hit. And for 2 points, Lesbian Jesus is the nickname for Haley Kiyoko. For question number 4, for point number 1, aspiring the title of a film, Alan Turing called his namesake AI test The Imitation Game. And for 2 points, Harvey Milk owned a camera shop on Castro Street. For question number 5, for 1 point, the LGBTQIA2S+ Dorian Awards are named for the only novel by whatever quotable Irish writer, that is Oscar Wilde. And the author of Giovanni's Room and If Beale Street Could Talk was a preacher in his teens, that is James Baldwin. Right? And of course that book is The Picture of Dorian Gray for that first point. For question number 6, for 1 point, in 1968, the soup-loving pop artist that was briefly declared dead after being shot is Andy Warhol. And for 2 points, Patti Smith describes Robert Mapplethorpe as sleeping youth cloaked in light in her best-selling memoir, Just Kids. Moving on to question number 7. For 1 point, Laverne Cox's identical twin played her pre-transition character on what Netflix prison drama? That would be Orange is the New Black. And transitioning in season 3, Elliot Page's Umbrella Academy character was known as Number 7. I won't even lie, when I saw like the initialism for Orange is the New Black, I almost thought it was New Kids on the Block. It looks, because my brain's like that. I must have mild dyslexia, who knows. Moving on to question number 8, for 1 point. The British gay rights charity Stonewall was co-founded by Sir Ian McKellen. And for 2 points, the P stood for Pay It No Mind in the name of Marsha P. Johnson. All right, that does it for the regular round questions. Let's boogie on back to that bonus question one more time. Before he hosted Lingo and won a bunch of reality competition Emmys, the icon who fronted the punk band Wee Wee Pole is none other than RuPaul Charles.
Can you dig it? Can you
It's the final round of random knowledge. A good rule of thumb to follow are that odd number questions are worth 1 point, and even number questions can be worth 2 through 4 points. So starting with number 1, worth 1 point. Born in 1945, which happens to be the year of the rooster in his native Vietnam, David Tran is best known for popularizing what condiment in the U.S.? Oh, heck yeah, Metal Yoga Head. Love Emma Frost. Do you do you have a particular Emma Frost that you are channeling? Like, I don't know how many different comic versions that she has, but I do know the different ones from like the 90s X-Men show, X-Men Evolution, and probably all like the comic book entries too. Just throw the Baldwins, even the ones not related at all, in the trash. Yeah, that's probably a good deal. I remember like when they were a biggish deal growing up, but now I just haven't really heard of them and been like, who knows? Anyway, now that we're keep on digging on the Baldwins, except for James Baldwin. James Baldwin, he a real one. All right, moving on to question number 2 for 2 points. One starring a CGI chimp and the other starring CGI Legos. Last year saw the release of what 2 unconventional biopics about musicians named Williams? I've seen one of these, and it was really good. It was really touching. It was really well done. My friend, they're into music and all that. I don't want to say like how he's into music because that might give it away. But he was really touched by the film. So finally, once it came to streaming, I got to watch it. And I was like, oh man, this is well put together. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Why is it every time New Mexico is in the news, it's because Alec Baldwin shot someone. All right. Instead of being the first place where atomic testing was done, maybe because, Baldwin shot someone. I digress. Moving on to question number 3, which is your anagram question of the night. Technically, one of the world's largest air-conditioned rooms, AT&T Stadium, is home to what NFL team that anagrams to sob, always cold? Same about the Rust programming language. Oh gosh. Oh goodness gracious. yeah, Nukes Baldwin and Guns are a menace. You know what? I want to write a short story where the assassin's guns are named what is it? Carpaccio and ceviche, because revenge is a dish best served cold. Anyway, haha. Moving on to question number 4. Worth 3 points. Known for baseball bats, horses, and Corvettes, respectively, what are the 3 most populous cities in Kentucky? And here's a hint. No, there wasn't a massacre there. I don't know why you got that idea. Gazpacho, yes. I wanted to do the alliteration because when I first thought of it, I was like, oh, you can name one tartar and one ceviche. And I was like, but what if you named one carpaccio and the other one's ceviche? Alrighty, I'll read question number 5 twice just to make sure we're all here. Former math Olympiad champion Nico Dan was recently elected president of what Eastern European country that's home to the epically gothic Bran Castle? Question number 5, one more time. Former math Olympiad champion Nico Dan was recently elected president of what Eastern European country that's home to the epically gothic Bran Castle? Any information superhighway. Bran Castle sounds like a retirement home. Because at this retirement home, we make sure you get your fiber every day. Bran Castle. We keep you regular. Wait. Oh, goodness gracious. Question number 6. Yes or no, do they normally grow on trees? Portobello mushrooms, cashews, and kiwis. As in the fruit. Not that we think that people grow on trees. I mean, that'd be weird. All right, hell yeah, Metal Yoga Head. Just making sure. You know, I just wanted to make sure everyone got back. You know, everyone reloaded. Everyone wasn't missing anything. Tree houses. if people grew in tree houses, that would be funny. I mean, it's not like they're the cordyceps virus that, you know, after a certain time, they're just like, I'm just going to sing into this wall and create spores. Because fuck you, that's why. Alrighty, moving on to question number 7, your penultimate question on tonight's quiz. After they outbid a bunch of defense contractors, the spacesuits for Apollo 11 were made by what old bra and tampon brand that invented the phrase lifts and separates? Money grows on trees. I mean, like, money is technically clothing because it's made from a fabric. Alright, it's made from cotton. And cotton doesn't grow on trees. Cotton is just their own plant. So, you know, they don't really grow on trees. Alright, like. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, my parents would say money doesn't grow on trees, and I was like, it's made of paper, so technically it grows on trees. Anyway, moving on to question number 8, your final question of this final round. Based on 4 slangy points. Of the 4 main South Park boys, Trey Parker voices Cartman, and who else? Offset and Metro Boomin collaborated in 2018's Ric Flair What? For your 3rd point, They Long to Be Close to You and Maps are both sung by women named what? And finally, billionaire Sheila Johnson says she now refuses to watch what cable channel that she herself founded. I'm glad to see that the smartasses are still carrying it on. Oh man. But like, could you know what? I just thought of something ridiculous. Like, you know how America is like the only country that all of their bills are the same color. In other countries, they have like multicolored bills. Could you imagine if America during Pride Month came out with multicolored bills, but only for Pride Month? Like, I don't see that ever happening because that would probably be hell on the mint. But I would enjoy it if they did that. All aboard the ketamine. Ketamine Express to Mars. And better a smart ass than a dumbass. That's true. That's true. Agreed. All right, we got our final question of the quiz. Overall, your final bonus question of the night. An Aboriginal Australian myth says a giant snake gave humans one of his own ribs to throw at bats, thus creating what weapon? Well, your bonus question once again. An Aboriginal Australian myth says a giant snake gave humans one of its own ribs to throw at bats, thus creating what weapon? It looks like we got some correct answers coming down the pipeline, so let's get into it with your answers to the final round. For question number 1, born in 1945, which happens to be the year of the rooster in his native Vietnam, David Tran is best known for popularizing the condiment Hoi Fong Sriracha. For question number 2, for 2 points, one starring a CGI chimp and the other starring CGI Legos, last year started release of 2 unconventional biopics by musicians named Williams. That is a Better Man and Piece by Piece, covering Robbie Williams and Pharrell Williams, respectively. Moving on to question number 3. Technically, one of the world's largest air-conditioned rooms, AT&T Stadium is home to the Dallas Cowboys. For question number 4 for 3 points, known for baseball bats, horses, and Corvettes, respectively, the 3 most populous cities in Kentucky are Louisville, Lexington, and Bowling Green. Question number 5. Former math Olympiad champion Nicor Dan was recently elected president of Romania. And yes, they call Bran Castle Dracula's castle, even though the real Dracula never lived there. Moving on to question number 6 for 3 points. Yes or no? Do they normally grow on trees? Portobello mushrooms? Nope. Cashews? Yes. And kiwis? No. Kiwis grow on vines, and portobellos usually grow on out of the ground. But chicken of the woods grows on trees, so you know. And some mushrooms just be doing that sometimes. Moving on to question number 7. After they outbid a bunch of defense contractors, the spacesuits for Apollo 11 were made by what old bra and tampon brand that invented the phrase lifts and separates? That would be Playtex. Chicken of the woods is a type of mushroom. Look it up. Look it up. It's actually kind of good. Anyway, moving on to question number 8 for slangy points. For point 1, of the 4 main South Park boys, Trey Parker voices Cartman and Stan. For the second point, Offset and Metro Boomin collaborated on 2018's Ric Flair Drip. For your third point, They Long to Be Close to You and Maps are both sung by women named Karen. And billionaire Sheila Johnson said she now refuses to watch BET. Alrighty, that does it for all of your questions except for the bonus. So one more time. An Aboriginal Australian myth says a giant snake gave humans one of its own ribs to throw at bats, thus creating the boomerang. And as always, don't forget to be awesome. And have a good night, y'all. Until next time, peace.